You should never underestimate the power of the people, but you should never think they will agree with you if you don't make an effort to persuade them. I am not a consensus politician. I'm a conviction politician. Being right is like being a lady. If you have to tell people you are, you aren't. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. There is no such thing as society. There are individual men and women, and there are families. Don't follow the crowd. Let the crowd follow you. In politics, if you want anything said, ask a man. If you want anything done, ask a woman. What's wrong with the world? The decline of individualism and the rise of the herd instinct. We have become too collectivist. You may have to fight a battle more than once to win it. I'm not interested in people who want to argue about what should have been done. I want people to focus on what needs to be done. The problem with socialism is that you eventually run out of other people's money. I always cheer up immensely if an attack is particularly wounding because I think, well, if they attack one personally, it means they have not a single political argument left. I believe in the hard work and not in the politics of envy. I have no hesitation in saying that the 1980s were a turning point for Britain, but I do not want to suggest that I did it alone. Don't go in for socialism. It is no good saying, let's tax the rich. You'll never make it work. It's a con. The one thing that I have learned in my life is that if you don't make a decision, nothing happens. Being in power is like being a lady. If you have to tell people you are, you aren't. I always start with the assumption that the British people are not the problem. The problem lies with the government. What we need is a strong and purposeful government that will make its mark on the world. A government that does not flinch or hesitate to take difficult decisions. We cannot expect people to have the courage to make decisions unless we show them the way. The challenge is not just to win, but to keep on winning. A woman is like a tea bag. You never know how strong she is until you put her in hot water. In a world where the soft touch is regarded as virtuous, I am proud to say that I am not a soft touch. The essential thing is to keep moving forward, no matter how hard the struggle. The right answer for Britain is the right answer for every country in the world. If we had no confidence, we'd have no chance. To take on the system, you must take on the people who run it. You will have to look after yourself, but if you do so, you can do anything. The world will respect you if you make the world respect you. I've learned in politics, in government, and in life that it's not about being right every time, but about being right when it matters most. In politics, you have to be willing to stand firm and to challenge accepted thinking. I'm a believer in the strength of the free market, and I'm a believer in the strength of the individual. The right to lead is not just the right to make decisions. It is the responsibility to make difficult decisions. I have found that the more I become determined, the more I become convinced that I am on the right track. You know, being a woman is like being in politics. You never get everything you want, but if you keep at it, you can still win. If you have to tell people you are right, you're probably not. Look at a day when you are supremely satisfied at the end. It's not a day when you lounge around doing nothing. It's when you've had everything to do, and you've done it. It pays to know the enemy, not least because at some time you may have the opportunity to turn him into a friend. You don't follow the crowd. You make up your own mind. To me, consensus seems to be the process of abandoning all beliefs, principles, values, and policies. So it is something in which no one believes and to which no one objects. Do you know that one of the great problems of our age is that we are governed by people who care more about feelings than they do about thoughts and ideas? There can be no liberty unless there is economic liberty. What is success? I think it is a mixture of having a flair for the thing that you are doing, knowing that it is not enough, that you have got to have hard work and a certain sense of purpose. I do not know anyone who has got to the top without hard work. That is the recipe. It will not always get you to the top, but should get you pretty near. Any woman who understands the problems of running a home will be nearer to understanding the problems of running a country. I am in politics because of the conflict between good and evil, and I believe that in the end, good will triumph. Let us not go back to the 1970s when we were at the mercy of any events outside our borders. Instead, let us have our own policies in line with our needs. I love argument. I love debate. I don't expect anyone just to sit there and agree with me. That's not their job. People think that at the top there isn't much room. They tend to think of it as an Everest. My message is that there is tons of room at the top. Of course, it's the same old story. Truth usually is the same old story. I am not a leader because I am a woman. I am a leader because I believe in the virtues of leadership, character, strength, and integrity. Watch your thoughts, for they will become actions. Watch your actions, for they will become habits. Watch your habits, for they will forge your character. Watch your character, for it will make your destiny. The iron hand of government is strong only when it is needed. It is not the answer to all of society's problems. I'm extraordinarily patient, provided I get my own way in the end. Disciplining yourself to do what you know is right and important, although difficult, is the high road to pride, self-esteem, and personal satisfaction. Plan your work for today and every day, then work your plan